So tomorrow is the big global day of rage, day of global jihad, right? Yeah, well, let's talk about that. Welcome to Integrative Preparedness. I'm Steve Smith. It's good to have you all here. Before we get started, a reminder that this and all of our videos are brought to you by the Stonemont series. It's a collection of novels about the complete collapse of the world and how to survive it. I say it's the complete plan of how to plan for, prepare, survive, and rebuilding after a complete collapse of everywhere. If you haven't read them and you're serious about preparedness, I would suggest this be the next thing that you do. They're available on Amazon or through our website, stonemont.us. The link is down below. And if you get them through our website, you can ask me to sign them for you, and I'm happy to do that because I wrote them, right? Also, if you're with us over on the Patreon channel, link is also down below. I have finished the audible reading of the first book, The Reversion. And if you like to listen to audibles, you can go join over there on the Stonemont level. It's the second level, and you can hear me read the first book. And I'm getting ready to start on the second book, The Revival. So I'll be starting that probably Monday. We'll see. I have a busy weekend coming up. Okay. One thing too. I put out one. Welcome to all the new people. It's great to have you here. I claim to have the smartest commenters in YouTube land, and I think that that's true. So if you're here and you're smart, you're in the right place. Now, this is a little bit different channel than many prepper channels. I don't just come on here and try to scare the dickens out of everybody. We are thoughtful. We think things through, and we discuss the things that are important as relates to preparing for and surviving those things that can be the big threats in our world and in our life. And to that end, I want to caution, if you're new here, listen to what I say. I had to take off several comments yesterday from people who are not, because I know who usually comments. They don't usually comment, so I'm thinking they're probably not regular subscribers. And they didn't hear what I said, and as a result, they came on and left comments that were totally inappropriate, mischaracterizing what I had said, and I don't let that stand. So, if you're with us, it's great to have you, but listen to what I say, because I also sometimes speak obliquely. I don't come out and say it's just come out in scary words. Okay, what's going on in our world is multi-layered, and sometimes we have to approach it in that way. So tomorrow is the so-called Hamas has called for global jihad, right? And there are a lot of protests and organized uprisings around the world supporting Hamas, the Palestinian cause. Interestingly, and maybe more than interestingly, it seems that Saudi Arabia and Iran, the leaders, they had a nice phone call the other day, apparently, and those two countries don't like each other at all. They are different kind of Muslims. And that has been one of the things that has kind of kept a balance over there in that part of the world. We support Saudi Arabia. Of course, we don't support Iran at all. They are the enemy. They think we're the great Satan, and they want to destroy us after they destroy the little Satan, who is Israel. But anyway, interestingly, Saudi Arabia and Iran now are buddying up. And apparently, from what the news said, the leaders agreed that they should cooperate in support of the Palestinian cause and take actions to assure that the so-called war crimes perpetrated against Palestinians did not continue. Okay, now that can carry all kinds of messages. We will see how this develops, but I'll tell you right now, it's not a good development. So they have called, Hamas has called for this day of global jihad. Hezbollah has joined in the fight. If you can picture Israel in your mind, so now we have Hamas coming in from Gaza, which is to the south. Hezbollah coming in from Lebanon, which is to the north. And apparently, and interesting, again, Jerusalem is down on the eastern side. It's on the western side of the West Bank. And apparently Jerusalem is under fire as well. And they say that Jerusalem is just a ghost town. But that's where it's all coming to. I won't get into that more right now. As I said yesterday, I think that this has the chance to escalate faster and larger than many people realize. It's not assured that it's going to. We don't know. We don't know. As Israel now prepares for their ground operations into Gaza, it's going to further inflame everyone around the world who supports Hamas and the Palestinian cause. And see what I just said there? This is the kind of thing that people misheard what I said before. When I said that, they said, I can't believe you support Hamas. I don't at all. I said it's going to inflame those who support them, okay? So we're going to see, this is going to be the next round of escalation. Tomorrow, let's talk about this. Tomorrow, what would be my advice on what to do? Okay, we will see. It could be just a bunch of protests, and it could be something a lot bigger than that. I would be surprised. Let me put it this way: if I were the person in charge of organizing such a global jihad, I would have stuff going on and off everywhere around the world. And I'm always surprised when they don't. Okay. Now the reason that they don't, that also can be a multi-layered consideration and a multi-layered answer. So I'm going to stay away from it. That goes far too deep. Here's the thing. Tomorrow could be a nothing, and it could be quite a lot. Quite a lot. I would stay away. Now are cities necessarily targets? Well, if there's going to be a big attack, yes, they are. Smaller attacks, it's not cities that will be attacked. And I'm talking about the United States, Canada, Australia, and wherever you live in your country. If you're a Western country, you're a potential target in this. I would stay away from soft targets for the most part. I don't mean, hospitals and schools, although those could happen. I'm going to make a separate video on that. Large events, football games, concerts, things like that, I don't think I'd be going to those. And I understand. I mean, somebody who has paid, $9 million for a couple of Taylor Swift tickets, is probably not going to stay home. They're going to go. But these are the kinds of things that I would be concerned about being targeted. Now, we're going to be down in Mound City, Kansas. Oh, by the way, did you see, if those of you who asked about this, yes, well, a Stone Mountain mug, they are available on the Stonemont website, stonemont.us. Did I say that's the link is down below? Just made me think of that. We're going to be down in Mound City, Kansas at the Sugar Mound Crafts Festival. It's a cool festival. Kelly has a booth down there, and we always enjoy going down there. And So that's where we're going to be. Do I expect any trouble in Mound City, Kansas? No, not a bit. One of the reasons is because it's a special event, and it's going to be heavy with law enforcement just down there helping, directing traffic and things like that. And a lot of the people from around the area are going to be there, and most, I won't say most of them. I'm always surprised how many people who live in rural areas don't go around armed. But anyway, there are going to be a lot of people down there who would push back immediately. Now, I'm going to make a couple of videos coming up. One, and I might make it today, it's about the dangers in rural areas. And it has to do with what's going on now. And there are specific dangers. And I'm going to make one also. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the other one's going to be about, because I want to dissuade people who have this idea that small towns and rural areas are safe. They're not. They're not. I want to interject something here too. I saw a headline here just before I came on, and the headline was "Woman Burned Alive with a Large Knife Close By." And I thought, well, this is going to be another story from Gaza or Israel or something like that, right? No, it wasn't. It was Austin, Texas. Woman burned alive with a large knife. Now, what's the story on that? I don't know. I'm making the point that these things, as I've made this point so many times, anything can happen to anyone at any time, anywhere. You have to be ready to defend yourself. Okay, and we talk about that again over on the Patreon channel. I just shot the third of the series, the self-defense series, which I talk about self-defense. Okay, I taught it for many, many years. For those who don't know, so I don't think, like I said, I don't think anything's going to happen in Mound City, Kansas. But could there be targets in the West? I would be surprised if there's not. I really would. Now they will start them with these protests that are growing, and what they want the world to see is support for Palestine, support for Hamas, support for Hezbollah, support for this growing little friendship, apparently, between Saudi Arabia and Iran, which can be one of the most dangerous things happening. And so, because they want the world to see support, they may not orchestrate attacks on Friday. Okay, the smart ones will be saying, well, they're smart and then they're smart. The smart ones will be saying, no, we don't want to mix up violent attacks with our push to show solidarity and support for the Palestinian cause. There are others who will speak for more violence. They say, we need to scare the West. Okay, the first side says we want to reason with the West. They both have the same purpose, the same goal. Okay, but they come at it slightly different. So the violent ones will say, no, we want to not only show the growing support for the Palestinian cause, but we want to have some attacks that will then drive the West through their fear to the positions where we want them. Okay, those are two possibilities. There are all sorts of possibilities in between. Like I say, everything's always a spectrum, and you never know exactly where on the spectrum something's going to land. So it could be, protests over here, could be very violent attacks over here, and it could be something in between. My advice to you is to be ready. Stay away from large. Hey, buddy. Stay away from large gatherings if you can. I don't mean don't go shopping. I don't mean don't go out to eat. Nobody's targeting your favorite restaurant probably, but concerts and festivals and things like this, anywhere to where a large group of people have been brought together for a temporary situation, which means that chaos is more easily created because people are not in a normalized situation where they know the area, right? So that's why these are great targets. But stay away from those, and we will see what happens. Somebody asked you, I will say something here about protecting yourself. Somebody asked about guns. Hang on half a second. I got to say goodbye to my son. Be right back. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to say something about, carrying, because I've had several people ask me about it. What caliber of gun? I'll slide that in right here because you have to be. Anybody who is not carrying now all the time, I would encourage you to carry now all the time. Okay, I won't call you stupid. I'll just encourage you to carry. Because when something happens, it's up to you to protect yourself and those you're responsible for. Not anybody else. So had somebody ask about calibers, and so I will go through. Here are the calibers that I recommend that are effective handgun calibers. Okay. 40 is minimum effective. People ask me about 9mm and 38 Special. I consider those to be sub-effective. That comes from years of experience. Okay, so you don't need to come on and tell me how wonderful you think 9mm is, because it's not. 40 is the lowest effective caliber that I recommend, and then as we go up from there, 357 mag, 45 auto, or some people will say, what about 45 long Colt? Well, that's a misnomer. It's just 45, and most of that comes in a single action. And why would you carry a single action for self-defense, right? So 40, 357 mag, 45, 10mm, 41 Magnum, and 44 Magnum. Those, if you want my opinion on effective handgun calibers for self-defense, those are it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Play it safe. There's no reason not to play it safe. Pay attention, watch the news, see what's going on, and don't put yourself in a position to where you're in a large crowd where it will be difficult for you to get out of, or if you're trapped in an area. I would stay away from that. So we'll see what happens, okay? Again, and I'll probably make one later today, we will see about certain dangers that we're seeing in rural areas. Remember that this is brought to you by the Stonemont series. The link is down below in the information section on how you can order it from me, so that there's a place if you order it through our website, you could say, what would you like Steve to sign in your books? And I'm happy to do that because I love my relationship with my readers. So I'd love to do that. And join us on Patreon if you're not, because there is so much more information over there than I put on YouTube. And it will serve you well. And it's not just information from me, but information from our other patrons over there who are so smart. And we have a community page that allows them to put on information and advice and suggestions. And these people are really experts in a lot of fields that will help you. So with that, you all have a good day. Keep your wits about you. Get ready for tomorrow, and we will see what happens, and then we'll talk about it more. Remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. You're going to live tomorrow however you prepare today. Okay, so do it. And you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.